Revolutionary greetings, comrades. We are left with one episode of the Gold Mafia for all of us to have a full understanding on how our minerals are looted, not only in Zimbabwe but also in the rest of the region. Because what is happening in Zimbabwe is what in most countries is happening, particularly in Central Africa, Democratic Republic of Congo, Western Africa. As we said in the earlier video, that it was not a shock to us when Al Jazeera started airing those episodes showing how the gold mafia operates, which also links to money laundering. We've seen some banks in South Africa that are cited or alleged to have participated in the money laundering. We have always argued that Zimbabwe, since 1980, the political leadership has been looting our resources. But of course, we must give credit where it is due. In the first decade of our independence, there was commitment in building the economy. We followed the national plan, other than Kokurawunde, which happened between 1983 to 1987. Some places and communities improved. Secondary schools were built after independence, clinics were built, roads were constructed in the first 10 years of our independence. But when we adopted the Economic Structure Adjustment Program in 1991, few projects did happen. Of course, there was the building of the National University of Science and Technology in Bulawayo. Government has since commissioned other universities in almost all the provinces in Zimbabwe. That's a huge improvement, which we must give credit to where it is due. When we gained independence, we had only one university, which is the University of Zimbabwe. Post the coup in 2017, we were always told of infrastructure development, that is road construction. We haven't seen much, of course, the roads that have been developed. I have not personally traveled along Bedbridge Harare Road. The last time I traveled was in 2017, just some days before the coup. When I was traveling to Mdare, I didn't see any improvements. But we see photos, and there are others that use that road. We are told that there's some improvements there. But what the gold mafia has shown, the documentary has shown, is the reality that we live in Zimbabwe. That indeed our resources are being looted by the political leadership and their friends. But we are, of course, not really alarmed by the response by the Zimbabwean government in terms of announcing that they are freezing the bank accounts of those named in the gold mafia. One comrade in one group, Real Politics, where we're discussing this issue, was saying and asked a pertinent question or a relevant question to say, how do you freeze bank accounts of people who keep their money in cash? How does it help? Because what we saw in the documentary, we have not seen any bank in Zimbabwe being named where people go and they withdraw the cash. What we see, or what we have seen so far, is money that is coming in for the purposes of it being cleaned. That money is not banked. Then you go on to announce that you have closed or frozen the bank accounts of the named individuals. How does that assist? Because these people are dealing with cash. Like I'm saying, we're not surprised, and we're not going to see any action against those individuals. But we know, which we will deal once we've seen the last episode, about the kingpin themselves, who are the real people behind. Because the people that I mentioned, while others are saying there was name dropping, but we need to deal with the very people that are behind this looting of our resources, because it cannot be possible that the unpolitical people people who have no political base can loot billions of our resources outside the country without being the front of the political elite. So we'll be talking about these issues, giving a deeper analysis after Al Jazeera is the last episode. Of course, we are seeing on social media, which of course we'll then discuss later again, where Nelson Chamisa is alleged to have represented one of the persons named in the called Mafia saga, which was in 2016. I've been trying to ask comrades to say, but what is happening? What is the relevance of a case that happened in 2016 and now? Because we are not in the business of smear campaign. We want to deal with facts in this channel. As communists, we must deal with the facts. We must be scientific in our analysis. We are not in the business of smear campaign. So this is why we took a position that we will have to wait for all the 4 episodes to be aired so that we then do a proper scientific analysis. Otherwise, please share your views on what you have learned so far. But as I'm saying, to us, it did not come as a shock that millions are leaving our shores. It's happening daily. Gold is marketed daily and other minerals are marketed daily in Zimbabwe. Our resources are looted. The Reserve Bank has been looted. So it's not a surprise. But for us is that we must unite the working class and the peasants to reject the looting class. But we will discuss as we go on. Please like this video, circulate, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Otherwise, I'm Comrades.